Ready? To talk about Shruti. When we talk about Shruti, we consider two things. One is Adhara Shruti, which is the reference pitch, and the Shruti, how we adhere to Shruti when singing something. And anything that you hear, it has Shruti. Actually, if you listen to Carnatic music, there will be tambura or harmonium or Shruti petti for Shruti. And if you listen to light classical or any cine music and all, they have Shruti in chords. They get the Shruti through chords. So it's very important that when we sing, we adhere to Shruti, and I will talk more about Adhara Shruti and the difficulties and the issues with the Shruti when as we advance, we go to different ages, so that when we get older. So I'm going to talk about those things today, and as I said, in Shruti there are two things. One is Adhara Shruti and another one is how we adhere to the Shruti. And when you listen to the music, this first thing that you hear, this is called Adhara Shruti, the reference pitch. Then through that we, each and every note that we join when singing is, how we adhere to Shruti. That is more important, and that makes the song even more beautiful. So I'll just give you a small example, something like Dhanyu Vado Dasharathe, Dhanyu Vado Dasharathe. Each and every point, Dhanyu see the short Shruti. Vado each and everywhere it has to join Shruti. That is the most important thing. And many people say why this Shruti is important, actually, why we need to discover our own Shruti, and our voice sounds the best when we sing in our own Shruti. And how do we find that? See, each and every song that we hear in a concert or whatever, it demands a 2-octave range in our Shruti, from Mandra Panchama to Upper Sthai Panchama, like Pa Pa Da Ni Sa Ri Ga Ma Pa Da Ni Sa Ri Ga Ma Pa. Like that, we need to have a very 2-octave range, like that. And some songs need little more than two octaves, like something like Dudukugala. Shri Vanita Rit Kumudabja Vamanasa Kochara Ri Risa Nisa Risa Sa Nipa Mapanisa, like that. We need 2.5 octaves for that song. And so we can just avoid that going to all the way to Re if you cannot reach that Re. And then let us talk about the Shruti changes and Shruti issues for children. As the children start singing, their voice is kind of shrill, and they normally sing in A sharp, and some kids start in B. And as they come to at the age of 13 or 14, like they for the Shruti goes down a little bit. For girls it is minimal, but boys it is drastic. It is actually from G sharp, the boy will start feeling that I'm not able to sing in G sharp. Otherwise he used to sing with the other girls in the class. Like later on they say, oh, I cannot sing in G sharp, and then comes to G, then F sharp, F. Even F becomes very hard, and then he doesn't know where to sing and how to sing. It becomes such a big challenge for them. And then so this is how you have to overcome that. Gradually you reduce the Shruti and reach a comfortable point where you can reach at least like 2 octave range, and try not to go below D or C sharp. Try to sustain in D, and when you sing in D, your voice gets little more room to go down when you get to like 30s or 40s. So if you go all the way down to B when you are like 17, 18, it's a mistake. You should not do that. So you should not go below C sharp, and sustain in C sharp, and try to practice as much as you can. And instead of singing like 1.5 hours in a row, if that is the regular way of your practicing, you split it into 3 parts, maybe half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening, or maybe just give some about a hour's gap in between. And then that way you can have a full amount of practice at the same time you are not straining your voice. So that is one thing to do. Then again, as the Shruti, as the age advances, Shruti, our volume goes down, and our Shruti goes down, and so we are going to. I'll just show you a small clipping of how the Shruti changes for different people when as the age advances. Do you know who this is? Subhalakshmi, and she was like probably before she was 10. Like that. Also as a child, Miss Subhalakshmi as a child. This is when she was probably in her 30s, 40s maybe. You know who this is? You know who this is? D.K. Pattammal. Yeah. D.K. Pattammal. Probably she was in her 40s. Do you know who this is? You hear 2 voices. I will explain what it is. She was singing such a low voice, and probably she was in her late 60s, D.K. Pattammal, and she's singing in such a low voice, like the vocal support is singing in the higher pitch, like even though both are ladies, she's singing in a higher pitch, and she's singing in a like almost like a men's voice. This is for Yesudas in his 40s probably, early 40s. This is probably in his late 50s. Yesudas again. Correct. In his probably in his late 30s. Now next one will be Naivalli sir when he in his early 20s or maybe late 20s. Shruti changes as the age advances, and how to find our own Shruti. You should pick a Shruti where you can reach from lower Panchama to higher Panchama, means Mantra Panchama to Tarasthai Panchama. That is the right Shruti for you, and you can try to extend your range by reaching even lower notes like Ma, Ga, and all those things, and even the higher like Pa, Da, like that. So. Then the another issue is that for the boys, something little controversial actually. When the boys, when the voice breaks, whether they should continue with their female teacher or whether they should change the teacher. It's little controversial, but you should talk to your teacher. That is the best thing. The teacher will tell you whether she can continue. Sometimes the boys they're capable of when learning, they are capable of learning it in G sharp, and after going home they practice in C sharp and they fix their Shruti. If they continue to sing in G sharp and A or something like that, then it's a big problem for the boys, because they will never be able to find their potential. They will never be able to find their own voice, and it will totally a disaster later. So that is the main thing. And then another thing is that girls normally they don't have much issues with the teachers, because even whether it's men or women, men go to their Shruti and they teach, and women also they teach in their own Shruti. So but the teachers have to make sure that they teach in the students' Shruti, not in their Shruti. If there is a teacher who teaches the students like Sarali Varse in F sharp or something like that, she is causing a big problem for the kid, because when the child advances, when she becomes 13 or something like that, the child doesn't know her actual voice, and she cannot sing in the upper octave, she cannot sing in the lower octave. It will become like a big problem. So that's why. So with that, I'm going to finish this section now, and this is all the things that I said is just a general rule, just like in Sanskrit it says sarve niyama sapavadaha, means everything has an exception. In any case there is an exception, so like that. So there are exceptions, and every person is different, every Shruti is different, every voice is different. And we really quick.
Actually, I kind of requested him. I get a lot of questions about the Shruti and like if the parent should change the teachers, and it is a very, very delicate and controversial topic. So I requested him if he can address that issue, and he obliged. And thank you so very much.